Sergei Karjakin versus Magnus Carlsen in Stavanger in Norway, played in 2013. One of these players, Karjakin or Carlsen, will be the champion, the reigning world champion, when you have this DVD in your computer, because these two will be playing a match for the crown in New York in November this year, 2016. Bishop d4 was Karjakin's last move, and here Carlsen played f5, move f5, trying to activate this bishop b7 on the long diagonal. And Karjakin did something. Well, this e-pawn is pinned, of course, because the rook on e1 is unprotected. Karjakin played e5. And, of course, now this long diagonal is open. And, well, it's crying for the black queen to get there. But I think that Karjakin, when playing e5, he calculated the risk of e5, but he missed something here. And this is what he missed, I think, is exactly Carlsen's next move. e5, black has achieved his goal of opening the long diagonal. How would you continue here? What did Carlsen do after white's e5? What do you think? Yeah! Bingo! Knight takes e5 is Carlsen's move, and of course you have seen his point after bishop takes e5, haven't you? Knight takes e5, Carlsen's continuation. Not the immediate queen c6, threatening mate on g2 because of bishop takes f5. g2 is protected and white threatens bishop takes e6, even with check. So this would not be a good solution. e5, but after Carlsen's knight takes e5, we see a different picture. White captures on e5 with the bishop. If he takes with the rook, then this is also nice, of course. Rook takes e5, bishop takes e5, and now queen c6. And yeah, white can control one of these squares on the long diagonal, but not both, g2 or h1. Black wins. Bishop e5. Now queen c6. And white goes rook g1. Queen c6, threatening checkmate on g2. Rook g1 is not a move you love to play. Important, of course, is after queen c6, what does black do after bishop takes f5? Remember, we had this in a similar variation without the knight on g6 and the bishop on with the black's knight on g6 and with a white pawn here on e5. But now it's a different story. In this position, it's black to play and win. How does black win here? Yeah, rook takes e5, exclamation mark, by the way. Both white's heavy pieces, queen b2 and rook e1, must guard mate threat, queen g2 or queen h1. So this means that black can simply take on e5. Both rook takes e5 and queen takes e5 by white allow mate in 1. After queen c6, threatening checkmate on g2, Karjakin played rook g1. Not a nice move to play, of course, but at least this rook keeps both squares g2 and h1 under control. The downside of it is, of course, the e-file. Yeah, how does it go on? What does black do now? How did Carlsen continue here? Yes, queen d5, powerful centralization. I wrote here, queen d5, threat is to take on e5 and also, of course, to play queen d2. And now look at white's vulnerable king on h2 again. Queen d5 wins back the piece on e5 and gives black a winning position. Good. So after the powerful centralization, queen d5, black has an absolutely won position. This bishop cannot move. Black is threatened not only to take there, but also to check on d2. Checkmate, in fact. White took on f5 now, and black took on e5. Material, by the way, is balanced in this position. It's absolutely even, but just compare the sorry king and the safe king. Safe king on g8, sorry king on h2. This makes all the difference in this position. Karjakin played bishop g4, Carlsen h5, bishop d1, and now it's also quite nice the way Carlsen played. He played c3 in this position. Sure, there are many roads to Rome in this position, but c3 is nice because it threatens a powerful decentralization in case white captures. White played queen f2, but if he captures here, then look at the centralized queen, and it goes to a2, decentralizing. But it's in this position, it's it's a very good move, of course. Queen a2. Anyway, queen f2, Carlsen played rook f5, queen e3 now came queen f2, queen f7, sorry, g4, rook e5. Of course, it's nice to play such a position for black. You have all the motives, you have all the tactics, and this rook e5 is very nice because this square f2 is vulnerable. The white queen cannot abandon it. Queen f2 would be checkmate then. Karjakin played queen d4, and now a nice calm finish by Carlsen. He played queen c7, and the diagonal, which in the end kills the white queen, the white king, is not this one from b7 to h1, but the other one from c7 to h2. So very powerful play by Carlsen, initiated by f5 in this position, prying open this diagonal for the bishop, and after e5, not the immediate queen c6, but knight takes e5 first, and after this black wins.